Hello, hello, hello. Come on in, folks. It's going to take a minute here. Just heard you rolling away. There we go. Hello, everybody. Where you going? I don't know. You can go through Palmdale. You want? So, how's everybody doing tonight? Well, hello in Santa Fe. How are you? How's everyone's evening going today? We're out cruising around, waiting to see if we can catch some calls. Figured we'd come on here and chat with you all. What shall we chat about tonight, folks? Oh, I see Virginia, I see the UK, I see Ohio. I will say this, tomorrow we will be making a trip to Cal City to see if we can speak with the chief. We were busy today. We had to help a good friend of ours. But we will be out there tomorrow. I know there's a couple things out there that we're going to be speaking about pretty soon too. We're going to be doing a few PSAs. One will be in regards to suicide. Another one will be in regards to overdoses. We'll be doing mental health awareness. You know, there's in the Antelope Valley, we have some very large numbers for overdoses. And we have a whole lot of calls for a 902A. A 902A out here is attempted suicide or suicidal. Let me see what that. Okay, as far as the fact of the boys being kidnapped, at this point, there has been really no evidence of that. It's been called suspicious, and it was also stated foul play, that it looks like there's foul play involved. Who the foul play is by, we don't know for sure. But as far as kidnapping, I don't think so, because there was never Amber Alerts. There's never been any talk about them being kidnapped. All that's been looked at is basically most of the investigation was around the Aspen home, the home of the West. As far as who the lady is that helped with the loan, it sounds like they met during the process of him trying to purchase a home. And it was stated that they became friends at that point. But there's been no real concrete evidence of who and what the relationship between those two actually is. Well, on that portion, if she knew him before and she was sleeping with him, that I don't know 100%. I've heard rumors about that, but I don't know any concrete evidence to that fact. Is it scanner down?
I turned it off.
Huh?
I turned it off.
Why?
It doesn't work. Nothing doing the antennas with it. Nothing connected now. I'll tell you that.
511 negative. Lane, South Avenue.
That, I mean, if that is a fact, that he was sleeping with her, I mean, that could be a factor also, because there was rumors going around that the West were splitting up. So maybe that does fall in place. Yeah, the whole fact, okay. In regards to the money situation, there was statements made by the prior owner of the house on Aspen stating that they had a really hard time getting money. They were having a very hard time getting funding. They had to go through, I think, 3 mortgage companies to get before it was wound up approved. It was stated that they've never seen anything like this before because funding was coming through Zelle, Cash App, Venmo, bank deposits, and It was, she stated she had never seen anything happen like this before. And a 30-day escrow wound up, I think it was 110 days or something of that sort. So that is a red flag on, how did they actually wind up getting approved for a home loan income. Because what's been stated is the only income that he really had was from doing his beats, and doing his beats definitely was not anywhere near what the mortgage and bills would come out to. And most mortgage companies will not count foster parenting money because that could end at any time. They won't count it as income on a lot of mortgage companies. There's definitely a lot of things wrong, a lot of holes in this case, as I will state. Too many little pinholes in the case. It's just, when did they really disappear? There's no proof so far that's been seen that shows that they actually disappeared on that date. There's no proof showing when was the last time those children were actually seen. Orrin and Orson West, aka Classic and Sincere. There's no proof of that. At least there's no proof, I will say, to the public or to media. Do I think law enforcement has information in regards to that? I would hope so, especially with the fact that they stated that law enforcement took their tech, which is all their phones and, iPads or computers and so forth like that, at least because it's an open investigation. And I know one of the other entities did go out to CPS, but no information was given out. Quite some time back, it was forwarded about the children being brought to that house for visitation during a major crime investigation. And there was no contact back also in regards to that. And it was not done anonymously. So they had the information to contact. I'm hoping to actually see Chief John Walker tomorrow. I would definitely love to have him on live. Well, okay, I see the question about why would their birth names be changed. During a lot of adoptions, the parents do change the children's names. That happens every day. I'm sure in the United States, thousands of times a day. That's not very out of the ordinary. As far as the FBI, we don't know what part the FBI is playing in this investigation. We know Cal City PD is involved. We know Bakersfield Police Department, CSI, was involved. We know Kern County District Attorney's Office is involved. And last I heard, the FBI was involved. But it's unknown what each entity's role is in this investigation. Actually, that comment right there, we don't know anything at this point, that is pretty much true. It's been stated that there was no concrete evidence. But all the evidence is not being spoken about. Most of the evidence is not being spoken about. It's been stated that all the evidence came back from the labs. But it hasn't been stated what the conclusions on that evidence is. It's very different, and it's truly sad. I will say this, I did, on the way back from Visalia today, on the 99, we saw one of the big billboards on the side of the freeway, digital, with the Orrin and Orson, aka Classic and Sincere. And it was very, very visible. You know, that's probably the most visible thing out there right now. Because ABC, NBC, basically what they're doing is the little sister stations are the ones that are playing it. The major networks are not covering it. It's not getting the airtime that it should because of the situation. And that's not up to us. That's up to the big media conglomerates, you know? As we know, Jamal Watkins and the family, the extended family, as you know, it's stated they basically distanced themselves from Jacqueline and Trezell. They're distancing themselves. All their statements have been distanced away from them. It's like they know something, but they don't want to say anything. But nobody has proof. And they were able to go on, and it was kind of, to me, it was kind of odd, because they were able to go on and do an interview and Jamal Watkins stated how the extended family put up $30,000 towards the reward. And then they went on to talk about how all the threats are coming through and so forth. You got the scanner on, babe? It's stuck on the channel.
I didn't touch it. I was trying to get the...
And then, you know, but when they did their interviews, you didn't hear the grandparents and you didn't hear the extended family pleading with anybody that knows anything to come forward. You know, most people will be pleading with them, pleading with the general public. Please come forward. Please help us find our grandchildren. Please help us find our nephews. But it hasn't happened. They waited, I think it was a month and a half before they did any television interviews. You know, there's too many little nicks and crannies of this whole case. Now, I've never heard that one before, Jack-a-liar. I have not heard that one. Jacqueline, a.k.a. Jack-a-liar. That's a new one to me. Yeah, I see a lot of people say updated pictures of the boys. Yeah, what is the most updated picture? For anybody out there that has updated pictures about the boys, can you please send them to us? You can send them to avnewscrew@yahoo.com. That's avnewscrew@yahoo.com. Because I would definitely put them out. And I will talk about this again also. Sunday the 28th at 12 noon, we will be meeting up with a bunch of motorcycle riders, a couple clubs. Anybody that wants to come is invited. We will be meeting up at Antelope Valley Harley Davidson in Lancaster, California, and we will ride out from there at 1 p.m. sharp. We will head to Cal City to go do a prayer. But if anybody has video, anybody has photos, please send them to us. We will put them in our online newspaper. You know, I mean, so far, the only time that I've heard that Jacqueline and Trezell were out was when they were out shopping for something.
Squad 182, overdose, 7th Street across Gary Avenue.
Something is definitely wrong with this case because somebody knows something, but nobody knows anything. That's the way it's actually worked out. You want to get some very good shot? Here we go. I try and think of all the different things of what could actually have happened. And when I showed up there the 22nd, I was told there were no footprints coming out of the dirt from where it was stated that the boys went out. No children's. And no out of the ordinary adults. So that does lead me to think nobody just grabbed those boys. You know, if somebody were to grab those boys, there would have been noise. Not only would there have been noise, if a man would have grabbed two boys, there would be scuffle marks. Not only scuffle marks, but there would be footprints. And if not just footprints, there would be footprints of somebody large carrying two little boys. Yeah, and the clothing, yeah. No, they were trying to make it sound like somebody grabbed the boys. And they said that they just disappeared out of that backyard. And they did have a dog. And the dog would have been making noise also. It was definitely cold out. Want to go get some drink, babe? Or no? No? Want to just go home? Go home. No, the dog didn't bark. Other entities went walking around talking to neighbors in the whole area. And the neighbors were saying they didn't even hear anybody yelling for the boys. Somebody told me that when he went into the house looking for the boys, he was only in there approximately 40 seconds. That's a pretty big house to search in 40 seconds. I'm sure the authorities, well, I don't know if they know exactly what happened. You know, I don't think anybody really knows what happened besides the family. Oh, I'm gonna go home and get some sleep here shortly. Yeah, and that's another thing that doesn't make sense. I see somebody says, okay, he said he was throwing wood over the fence. Okay, he was throwing firewood over the fence. That really... Huh? No, if you don't want one, don't worry about it.
No, we're going to go home and go to bed.
Sprite? Sprite?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got it? Okay, so... Yeah, anyways, sorry about that. The wife was going in the store, folks. But, and I'm not getting sick, by the way. I explained a few times I have COPD. So, sometimes it gets itchy. But when he said he said the gate was open, but he was throwing wood over the fence. And that just doesn't make sense. Yeah, that's right. It looked more like kindling, not firewood, more like kindling, because it was really small stuff. Even, I mean, yeah, the cold weather does kick your hind end with COPD. You know, it's, he said the boys were out back playing with chalk. You know, there were I didn't see any real drawings in the back. And the whole thing just doesn't make sense. He went in the house and he came out and the boys were gone. He went in the house, he searched for approximately 40 seconds, then he drove around the neighborhood for 6 minutes, then he came back and sat, I think, in the van for close to another 13 or 14 minutes. And then they called law enforcement. And then law enforcement came. And then they stated they were told that they couldn't go out and search. And then they gave that, to me, it was a bone-chilling interview because there was no emotions whatsoever. I would like to hear the 911 call also. And not only would I like to hear the 911 call, what I would like to hear is the two of them give their own. We can go. Oh, you warming up? Give their side, give their interview individually. Honestly, I know you say, what is anybody doing? People that have been out searching, people are keeping it out there.
Keeping it in the media.
We're keeping it in the media. It keeps heat on it. We know law enforcement is working the case. We don't know exactly what they're doing because it's a open investigation. There's multiple entities that are working it. And we know there's a $122,000 reward at this time. I'm hoping to see the chief tomorrow. And get everything on camera.
Hey, you want to do the AV scanner?
AV News.
Oh, so not the AV scanner or whatever?
No, this is us right here. That's us right there.
Oh, okay, you gotta do a little bit of everything, huh?
Yeah, we do it. We're online too.
Oh, is that right?
Oh yeah.
Check you out, okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro. Thank you, man.
Have a blessed one. But there's I'm sure the billboards are going to get people asking questions. They're going to get people looking. The thousands of people that are going to roll by those billboards daily and see them, because they're digital billboards, which the digital, you know, they're brighter. They catch your attention more. Yeah, we'll go right. Bakersfield coroner I don't know about Bakersfield coroner being there. I know Bakersfield CSI was there, crime scene investigators, and they were there to collect evidence and process it due to the fact that Cal City is a small department. When I say small department, they have 13 sworn officers. Okay? That's a very small police station. They don't have the resources that the larger ones will have, such as Bakersfield. Not only Bakersfield, but the FBI. And yeah, you're right. The FBI is, and the FBI was involved. I know that 100%. They were there. I actually spoke with one for a brief minute one evening, but they don't have to give information because it's an open investigation. But I'm sure as certain things are concluded, more information will come out. Does who believe in Christ? Me? Well, I sure hope I believe in Christ, since I'm actually a minister out of Texas City, Texas also. Yeah, we're good. The updates we get may not be what we want. No, I have 7 children total. I have 3 biological and fostered 4. Let me pull this down here, folks, so I can read a little bit here. And park right in front.
In front of it?
And over our driveway.
That's what I do.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the foster system, I'll tell you right now, it is definitely not easy to go through. You have to go through home inspection after home inspection, and you got to go through background investigations.
Inspection, not investigations.
No, investigation for backgrounds. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that, folks. Here these are, babe. Right here. We got so many.
Jesus Christ.
We got so many cords here. We're trying to get out of the vehicle.
Tasty,
But the foster system is a interesting little critter, to say the least. People do slip through. People with all kinds of backgrounds wind up slipping through. Some things wound up overlooked. And people wind up foster parents when they shouldn't be. Well, for the West family, hey Anthony, how are you? Here, Anthony, I'll show you. She's getting there, bud. She is getting there. She's almost there. So Anthony, how you doing, man? Hey, Mr. Cheval, welcome to the group. Now, what's your take on this? I know you were out there. I know you actually, I think, chatted with them. What's your take on the situation out there? Oh, you don't want to speak on it? But and you have nothing Christian to say because you know something bad happened out there. You got that feeling just like I do, sir. But everybody, so it's a very different case, the way everything's been handled with it. No, there's no new news. The only new news is we are doing a ride to Cal City on the 28th. Hey, get in the house. Get in here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Apple. 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 Come on, Ray. Come on. Come on. Come on, girl. Come on, get in here. Oh boy, that was almost a nightmare right there. My wife let my dogs out of the house. And he's talking about the West because he saw them also. He saw the interview with them. And he's been around a lot of this also. Yes, my wife's nickname is Apple. Her real name is Apollonia. And when she went in the house, she left our door open, so I had a bunch of dogs run out the front door. And I don't need my dogs running the neighborhood. Yes, I'm praying that law enforcement makes a move real soon. I really do. I hope they make a move really, really soon. Everybody needs to know what happened to them boys. I will say my wife really keeps me on my toes. She keeps me grounded. If it wasn't for my wife, I would be a mess. And I thank my wife for that. She puts up with a lot of my wackiness, my zaniness. She's a very special lady. And are there any suspects? At this time, there are no actual suspects. There's no true suspects at this time. People of interest, very suspicious. Foul play is definitely suspected. And what it basically comes down to now is we wait to find out what actually happened. And all we can do now is pray for closure on this case. But I'm going to close this out in a minute, folks, and get some rest. I got to be up early tomorrow. I have multiple appointments tomorrow. And once again, the 28th, we will be meeting up at Harley-Davidson starting at noon, and we will ride out at 1 p.m. We will start riding out to Cal City. Everybody is welcome. Drive your car, drive a truck, ride your motorcycle, whatever. Everybody is welcome. We're going to go out there. We're going to hold prayer. And as usual, we will stand around and discuss it. And at this point, I'm going to tell everybody, God bless you. Have a blessed night. And Mr. Cheval, we will see you soon. Have a blessed night, sir. God bless everybody.